If you are looking at the Bitcoin side of the equation right now, the whales are gonna confuse you. Believe me, the 3-day candle is starting to show you it has been bullish before and it is bullish right now. So there is no change. The moment you come into a daily chart, things become a little bit messy. What do I mean? Yeah, the MACD is showing that it's about to cross to the upside. Each time we crossed to the upside, we went up. We went up 15%. We went up 20%. The market did perform.
But what's the downside here? What is the trap? This is exactly what's the trap here. It tried to cross to the upside, but it failed at the moving average. It came lower, and for the next one, the next MACD cross, it went up higher. Good. It went up. But watch, before it went up, the RSI told you the storyline is changing. Now, we don't have any of those here right now. Yes, 100%. On a 3-day chart, if you take this equation there, you have a massive bullish divergence developing, strong one. You're watching the RSI playing according to that book, which is great. But then on a daily, it argues, yeah, you are going to go up, but you may get something like this before you do that. Let's make sense of this. You go into XRP, the momentum on a 3-day is still to the downside. It has not shifted. You go on a daily and you see, the momentum is to the upside, but you're not getting that impulse. Or in other words, you put this like this: one candle to the downside is taking 3-4 candles to the upside just to retest that. So historically speaking, that means you're watching something like this. And if you break that trend line, it's going to get messy. Let's briefly look into that. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. What you're watching in front of you is charts which we have posted in the Scientific Investor family. Over last week, you are watching hundreds of charts a week, opportunities, follow-ups. Right now, you go into the market, you get to see some of them performing very well. You get to see most of the small to medium cap calls are working out. So the market is trying to select in between the small to medium cap. So if you do the same, it is going to be helpful for you. If you select one particular asset, you just buy that and it works out for you. Now, think about this. Your NXRP, not everyone would actually say, okay, it's going to come down. Not everyone would say, it's going to go up. Everyone will have their own thought process. Agreed. But the market and what the market says is important. So you go to a Ranko chart, it's easier this way. You put it into Ranko, you are taking out almost all the noise from the market. If it's red, you will argue the next candle is going to be red. So this is a daily horizon. You put it on a 3-day, however, it shows you a different story. What does that mean? You go into the daily, it says, I need to come back down. So that is exactly where the argument which I made here comes into the picture. This is your base. You come back down to this point. You hold on to this level as a support and bounce back. Why though? When you go back into the Ranko chart, put that into the green, till which point can we come to keep this green? See, the last long wick you came to 0.43 and still remained there. So easily speaking, 0.51 is a clear range. If you remain above that, you're still going up, man. You're still going up. The trend, the range is building back to the upside. Even if you can remain at this point, 0.51, perfect. That's a great story. Now, that storyline kind of matches up with the total altcoin market. Let's keep this simple. Let's keep this basic and short. You look at this, it's trying to argue that it is making such pattern. If it's doing that, that's perfect. Now, you also understand the fact that it already developed bullish divergence on a 3-day chart. So the moment you see that 3-day chart arguing that below this there is enormous supply, enormous demand, people sell, someone buys, boom, it goes back up. So easy way is to remember like this: price travels to the direction of least resistance. You look at this range has rejected the price now 3 times in a different range. Perfect. You come down July, you bounce back. You come down August, you bounce back. You come down September, you bounce back. So it's been 3 months where sellers did try to push us down, but buyers are not backing out. They're pushing the price back up. So on a daily horizon, it says, yeah, I'm going up, but I would like to make sure there are buyers here to reinforce my foundation. That's how things work. Now, you go into the MACD crosses. This is important. Just because the MACD crossed to the upside does not mean you're going up right then and there. Look at this. The MACD crossed, but you had a micro dip before you bounced. Great. Now we go back. You look at this. You had the MACD cross here, but you came lower before you even tried to break the moving average. It got rejected. You came back. You look at the next MACD cross. Just at that MACD cross, you had a dip, and then you bounced off. So even if you are looking for the upside, this kind of a narrative is still in picture. But the breakout of this line is going to be the most important factor for the entire crypto market. Say you don't want to take it simple. You want to look at everything together, mixed up. It's still simple, but it's in a different way. You're looking at the entire crypto market. Is the run up for the entire crypto market done? Do I think the crypto market has some more upside? If that's your question, then the crypto market is arguing this. The volume, which you can see for this 3-day candle, now we've already done majority of it. Tomorrow you get the candle close, which means the volume is important here. The selling volume for the last candle was way bigger than what you see in the buying now. But they failed to push the price lower, or with less buying volume, they're already pushing it bigger than the last week. So someone is taking over. That's a different story. Look at what happened here. Exact thing. You're watching the exact same thing here. You had a lot of sellers, but they failed to push the price down. You had a little bit of buyers, they pushed the price back up. So you see enormous amount of supply being drained by the demand. Yeah, they are pouring in supply. They are selling it there. Someone is buying them on sale. Not me, not you, the real whales, the big guys. Now, this is where you come down to the equation and you are looking at the weekly. You're like, whoa, a little selling pushed a lot down. A lot of selling didn't. So something is trying to balance out the equation. Now, almost equal or just little buying volume has neutralized all of those supply. So all of them who sold in the market is now absorbed. It's kind of done. We've seen these kind of things at the bottom here, where the majority were arguing it's a double top, you're going down. Then, boom, you went up. Why though? Do you see similar things playing out in here? That's the question which you should ask. One of the primary reasons for that is the monthly. It's still arguing you that you are still finding a supply being absorbed. That's okay. You go into the equation and you're looking at that weekly, then yeah, 3-day, daily, whichever you want. But the idea here is the weekly is below the moving average. Then, with a little bit of buying volume, it's still engulfing the previous candle. So, someone is starting to consider this as an opportunity in Bitcoin when it's down 20-25% below the moving average. Previously, they have done almost similar things. 20-25% below the moving average, someone bought big. The price went back up. So the general crypto market is showing you the idea it's doing something similar. Now, say you want to look at the daily. You are more interested in day-to-day fluctuations. In this case, you should be watching this kind of a move. That would make a lot of sense because while the price remains at the same territory, price range, RSI will trend higher, MACD will cross back to the upside. All of this is going to give you the idea I'm about to bounce back. And that bounce can be pretty big. If you're not this short term, then you're looking at least a medium term. Fine. Now, if you fall into that criteria, now you argue, I buy at this base. Now, what would that drop be? Because a lot of people would be confused and stressed. It's going to be a 7% to the downside. What are you looking to the upside? It's a 25% to the upside minimum. That's okay. That's a good risk reward. Even if you buy now. But I would argue, why would you buy now if you think the price is going to come down here and bounce off? That's where the Bitcoin dominance comes into the picture. If you watch the Bitcoin dominance and you see that the Bitcoin dominance is going back up, okay, that's trouble. That means Bitcoin is dropping. Even at that point, people are selling altcoins to buy Bitcoin. But if you're watching Bitcoin breaking lower and getting retested, watch for a rejection. If you get to see a rejection here, that's perfect. Money is moving back into the altcoin market, and that's exactly what you should be eyeing. So you go into the total altcoin market here, you're watching them, you're zooming in, you're watching, okay, are we getting rejected? If so, what's our support? Where should I buy? Now you go into the market. You're looking through hundreds of assets. Look at the volume. If the volume supports your idea and the trend and the price action supports you, that's great. But if you want to find them quicker, you can use the Scientific Investor family. It can help you massively to find the right assets, which shows you, look for a breakout here. If it breaks there, fine, that's your opportunity. This is your target. You get to easily follow that. Now, we also follow it up so you know where the target is, where we are now, are we getting a divergence, and all sort of things. You don't have to enroll for a monthly. If you're new here and you want to try out this, you can just buy one post and see if that works for you. If that's a weekly chart, remember, it's going to take a month or two to work out. If that's a 4-hour, most likely in a week, it's over. So you need to know the basics of chart. Once you understand that, your opportunity alignment is based on that. You don't look for a macro opportunity on a 4-hour chart. In the same way, you don't look for a short-term opportunity on a 3-day or a weekly chart. So you need to know the right basics. That's how you play in this market. Guys, if you received value, smash that like button for me. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.